Hello, hello. How is everybody? I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday, although it's one of those weird days between Christmas and New Year's where you don't really know what day it is. If you're here last time, we worked on these guys and they came out pretty cool. So I thought our last stream was successful. So I'm looking forward to the Craft Roulette stream next Saturday. I will put up a community posty thingy about it so that folks who are not always here are aware of it. We have a bunch of Christmas cards that we hadn't gotten into since I was down with a cold for a lot of December. So we're going to look at that and then probably work on a project. And then we're going to redirect over to Stamper Girl stream at 5 as she's continuing her sipping into the New Year stuff. So I hope everybody had a nice holiday. If I did not talk to you between it's sometime between Christmas and New Year's or before Christmas. So I thought we could take a peek at some of the Christmas cards. This one is really cool. It's got these neat stickers that have like little glittery bits on them. My friend Pam does not like glitter, but these are very contained within plastic. So I think this one would be fine. So let us see what we have. Ooh. And these might be birthday or Christmas cards. We'll see. This looks like a Christmas. Have a sweet holiday season. Very cute. I think this is not too shabby paper. It has kind of their vibe. I do like this teal with light brown. It's kind of a neat thing I don't think I've seen before. And there is greetings, Merry and Bright, from our friend Brenda Kay, who is often here on Sundays. Although this is sort of a weird time slot because I had family stuff this Sunday, but very cool card. I believe this is a modified version of one of the recent cheat loads because we did the ones that were sort of a thank you card with the fishtail banner here, but same general idea. Really nice layout. I do like sort of strip cards generally, so I am a big fan of that one. That is cool. And we will see what else we have. I did only grab a portion of the holiday cards. Oh, I think I see paper I really like. Ooh. I know this paper. I really like this paper. This is from Grand Rapids. I'm not sure from who. This is the Season of Green and Gold Stampin' Up! Paper, which is, I don't think exists anymore, but it may be on sale, but it's a really good, it's a really nice paper because I like the multiple tones of green, but there's just a ton of gold foiling, as you can see on the bells and other stuff. In fact, that's what the bell we used last time is from. This is from, I have no idea. Merry Christmas. Oh, from Rhonda Wade, who is my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, since I am on hiatus with Stampin' Up!, but 20% off. Your entire order placed between So we will need to get on that. But very neat card. Very sweet. I like this. Neat idea too with this sort of smaller centerpiece. We may case this because you'll see what's coming later, but this one might be worth casing because this would be pretty easy to put together with the stamp set I probably want to use. So we will continue, but that one is a definite. Ooh, how pretty is this? This looks to be. I think this is pattern paper. Happy crafting. Happy birthday. Well, there we go. But I think this is the waffle flower postage stamp dies. Happy birthday from a craft roulette friend. Really like this. This is really pretty. I like these. These are like they're very Christmassy, but not too I don't know. Not as traditional color palette. I do think the teal and pink Christmas stuff, I think, is very I don't know, very I like it because it feels less weighty visually, although I like classic Christmas obviously as well. This is also from Rhonda, so we will see what that is in a moment. And then we have a card from my aunt. Nice little joy card. I'm just blocking out the photos because they involve kids. And I don't know if they want their kids on the internet, but a great card from my aunt and a Christmas letter, which I always like Christmas letters because they're a great way to catch up. This one is also a photo card. That one is from one of my cousins. So let's see. We have a delightful, probably a craft roulette birthday card, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Hello. Oh, this is really pretty. Look at this. Stamp set. A lot of splatter. Delise would like this card. There's a ton of splatter on this. And I don't think it's the paper. It looks pretty random. So I think it was splattered. I really like the technique of stamping the butterfly and then doing like ink smushing. Although it might be the other way around. This might be like an ink smushed background that people add things onto. May every moment of your special day be filled with joy. Let us see. I want to wish you a happy birthday. Craft roulette friend. Very cool. I like this a lot, though. I think I have a butterfly stamp set. I'll need to try that. That's a cool idea. So many good ideas today. And oops. Oh, this is a pretty Christmas card. Season's greetings from my friend Bob from Tennessee. Very cute card. Happy New Year. Oh, I like this with sort of this is nice with a darker brown. This is almost like a pecan pie color, but it's neat with the stars on the front. I like this. It's simple design, really nice. Looks almost hand-drawn, so I like that too. This comes with a game, so we can play tic-tac-toe. This is from a craft roulette friend, and this is a birthday card given based on the stamp on the front. And we will see what we have. Ooh, I see gaming controllers. I'm liking this. I am liking this already, and I haven't even gotten the card out of the envelope. Hey, Linda, how are you? Play hard. You blank hard. Hey, dude, very cute. I like this. Oh, I like this paper. I wish I owned this paper. That's really cool. If you play hard, you're a winner. I like that. That's really neat. It's your birthday and you win. Oh, that is super neat. It's so nice to be in the end of December and still opening birthday cards. I mean, most of that is that they get intermixed with Christmas cards given when my birthday falls. But and like that, we have another birthday card. This one's really classic. I like it. And this isn't actually a die. These are strips that someone did a lattice work with. So that's a good way to use up your scraps too. Although I always forget about it. Likely a Craft Roulette friend. And happy holidays. So it's both. A nice from a Craft Roulette friend. So many Craft Roulette friends. Hey Pam, how are you? You missed what we thought was glitter, but turned out not to be. And then we have this from another Craft Roulette friend. From our favorite grandma of Craft Roulette. Really pretty. Ooh, so much foiling. All the foiling. Although I think this is ephemera. This looks like ephemera. Anyway, winter greetings. Very blingy. And very cute. Oh, I like this with the striped D and the. Pam, have you heard if Elizabeth is streaming tonight? Speaking of striped D's, really pretty card. And now we have gifts to open. But I was curious. I hadn't heard if she was feeling less under the weather. Let us flip and say we have some gifts, some for me and some not, related to Craft Roulette stuff. Whoa, and I just bumped my mic. Sorry about that if you heard a weird noise. So I've had these for the while, the Super Glue Guys stamp. These are part of the 4 stamp set bundle that came out in the fall, of which I think I now own most of them. But I was thinking this we could use with this layout and do some kind of fun thing. Because I think this layout would be really easy to replicate. And we'll be able to use some of our pretty papers. Of course, I have submitted Craft Roulette for this week already, but that doesn't stop us from using their stamp sets. And this was I believe the Lady Crafter, sorry, Fun Friends. See, I thought this was the Crafty Lady and Crafty Gentleman, but I guess they're Fun Friends 01 and 02. But this is the Crafty Lady. And she has a couple fun things. Oh, I like this. I love the wheel shirt. We're gonna have to use that. And you know, the thing of it is, stamps are nice, but you know, dies are better because then I don't have to cut them out. So these are the dies that go with those two. Oh, there's a little note in here. It says, "Thank you." I wonder if they actually wrote on this. Oh, that's cute. Get your brain. I don't know. Linda, if you bought their stamps, did they write on this? Did I miss this at some point? Cute note. Hopefully everybody gets a cute note. I'm curious though. Oh, I love that. It's here. Here. This mitten sheet. It's really cute. Although my favorite thing about Echo Park is you can buy the single sheets because I totally did that for when I was prepping kits for my swap. Anyway, this is at 1 p.m. I believe. Or the community showcase is 1 p.m. next Saturday. And it's going to use the same format as their World Card Day thing. So basically, it's the parameters that get picked this Friday, but different people will be doing them on Saturday. And then this is a gift from Rhonda, which was part of her. If you bought stuff in December and I needed more paper, and it might be a kit because it's coming in a Stampin' Up! Kit box, or it might not be. And I'm wrecking this paper, which makes me sad because I really love retro wrapping paper. So let's try to not ruin it in case we want to use it for something. My mother is the queen of saving wrapping paper. I have a tendency to mess it up. So the question is if this is a kit or not. It says it is the Hello Hollyhocks kit, although that may just be a look how pretty this paper is. We could cut a panel of this. You know, if we did a pink base, we could use some of this. You may do that. A Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays from the Super Glue Guys. I am seeing in my future. Anyway. Oh dear, single sheets per gone. That's it. Oh, it's not. Oh, neat. I don't have any of this. Okay, so this is ribbon I don't have. Come on, frayed ribbon. So it's like a basket weave ribbon, but it will fray nicely. And then this is actually paper I really wanted, but didn't have because it's sold out. This was, so this paper was sold with like a bow maker. Oh, this is different paper. I lied. I thought it was this, but I'm not recognizing this paper. There's paper very similar to this that was sold with a bow maker that sold out and made me sad. But we have some nice spring florals, which we're going to need. Ooh, that one's really nice. That one's very Delise, isn't it? And then we got some gems. But whatever these are. So we get iridescent pink. Again, this is going to be very Valentine's Day-y, which you know I hate making Valentine's Day cards, but I'm sure we'll do it at some point. So there was something else I was going to show you. Oh, okay. So I got my, I guess this isn't really, this is a gift technically, but I guess we can open it from the bottom. I found another like good pair of whatever you want to call them, not paper scissors. So I don't use my paper scissors for things like this. But this is from Elizabeth's birthday celebration. We got a lot of spritzes, a multitude of spritzes, and a card. We'll look at the card. But I'm not going to undo every single one of these, but it is a full set of these Tim Holtz Express Spritz, which I know nothing about. But I love a good spray. So we're going to be playing with those in the near future. It was the second to last thing. But let's look at the card, because cards are fun. We all love the cards. And Jean, who sent this, is a neighbor to the, ooh, look how pretty that. Look at that pigment ink. Wow. That is fabulous. I need to find a fabulous gold pigment ink. Oh, hey guys, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Linda, I think you recommended me the Lisa Horton inks. Anyway, I ordered those today, so hopefully we'll get to play with those. It came in like a 3-pack, and it was like $20 for like gold, silver, and bronze, I think, something like that. Anyway, very cute. Love this paper. Look at all the penguins. They're so happy. Happy little penguins. Wishing you a season of joy. Cute card. I do love. And her usual, it was made by hand. Don't throw it out. Stamp set, which I love. That's cute. Oh, I don't know if I showed you guys. I did actually. This may have gotten lost in the shuffle, but I did actually get my Tailored Expressions custom stamp. So we're gonna have to start remembering to use that. Thank you, Jean. I am excited about the spritzes. And then one last thing that came today, which isn't exactly crafty, but I think you'll appreciate it because we did read some of these holiday stories last year. Wow. So we'll see. This seems to be very well packaged. But the book we were using from my mother's, I got my own copy. They were all out of, well, they're not out of print, but the 1950s version is not in print anymore. Oh, this is interesting. This is really thin. Okay. This may not be what I thought it was. I don't think this is. Oh, it is. Oh, this is interesting. So this is a different version in the Little Golden Book. So this is a 1950. Oh, okay. So this is a 1950s version, but this is not the version my mother has. She has a 1950s version, which is much thicker. So let's see what's in this. So we do have the singing Christmas tree. Terrible teddy bear. Little rip there. That's fine. Goat who played Santa Claus. The naughty reindeer. The golden sled. Mr. Lion's plum pudding. I'm curious if it has... Yeah, so this has a lot fewer stories than my mother's version. A very big Christmas. But this is the 1950s version. So this one is a slightly different one. The original in our family had 29 stories. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is not the big golden book, but the just the standard golden book version. So anyway, I'm glad to have one. It's a traditional book. It's a traditional book in my family, but there's some versions of this that are bound with more of a standard binding. This is sort of the traditional golden book one. But anyway. I will put that up in my list of my area of books, and let's see if we can't make a card. So let's try and use some of this wrapping paper as our pattern paper. Let's look for a craft adjacent color, like craft, to make the card base out of, though. But basically, I think we just need to make a panel. And then figure out how wide we want the other part to be. Anyway, I'm just going to cut this to 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I think what we can do is we can make our inset piece and then stamp directly on it, potentially. We are doing really okay for time. So let's see. We can potentially cut like a piece out of this so that we can get this on a trimmer. Get rid of these. I think this should be okay. Let me just cut this here. I think if we square this up, it'll be all right. And then we can just use sort of a standard Christmas greeting of some sort. Oh, hey, Delise, how are you? I hope you are well. I was able to get together with family for that's a little too thin, so we'll just change the measurements on here because I can to, let's say, 3 3/4. Then I think I can square this up. And then rather than 5, that would be rather than 5 1/4, that would be just 5. But let me cut this a little long, and then we can. It's just cut really nicely. We can make sure all of our sides are screwed up. Because when I cut this, it did not cut particularly straight. But I think what we can do is this, essentially. And then we can inset. Then we can sort of inset a smaller folded piece. I think that will work. Let's see how big this guy is. These guys are, I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe 2.5 inches. Let's see what 2.5 by whatever that measurement turns into. Oh, and let me grab some white. That would be a good idea. I guess with this color combo, like pink would work too, but I kind of don't really feel in the mood to make a layering piece. So, and we could also put a white layering piece. You might do that. We could also put a white layering piece behind this. So, I'm going to cut this to 2.5. And then we're going to score it at 5.5. Only don't score it with the cutting blade because that always ends badly. But this is a little uneven. And we could cut this to the size. I feel like cutting this to the size of the center panel would be good. So let me grab the other primer. Because this was 5, I want to say. Yeah, I think we wound up cutting this to 5. So let's do that. There we go. And then we could grab, let's see which of these guys will fit, and we can just directly stamp on there, and then we can also, we can grab a sentiment to go with them that's a little more holiday-y. I forget what their canonical names are. So what I want to do, I think, is stamp a sentiment at the bottom and then have this dude sitting on top of it. And I happen to see these guys, and I really like, I think I'll do Let It Snow. Maybe Season's Greetings, because this feels more like a Christmas card to me. What's up? Oh. You could cut images out of it. I mean, cutting the original family book would be not great, but I mean, since this one is essentially not, not canonically an original, I'll probably wind up buying another copy to get one that has more stories anyway. So, I mean, I wouldn't hate it as much as other things. Let me just tape this down with a little temporary tape, just so that hopefully I can get a clean stamping on it. I am thinking, so let's just do that for the first one. Then you'll use our Season's Greetings. I'm going to try and clean this. I'm going to wipe this off with a baby wipe because it seems very brown. Or, I mean, I think I just had brown pigment ink in it at one point. But let's just check. I feel like we should stick with something in the red or pink color palette since this is kind of, I mean, brown, I guess, would work here. But I think we would kind of want to stick with, okay, nothing, well, a little bit's coming, not much is coming off. Not much is coming off, so that's good. Brown might be okay because we have brown in the background. We could bring that brown in the background in, or we could just do pink, or we could give the, we could stamp in Memento. We could stamp those, the super glue guy in Memento and give him a pink cape. I kind of like that. Then I think we would want this to be brown. So we can use the brown that I was having trouble with before because it was like beating up in weird ways. Let's see if it's doing that here. Hopefully it isn't, because that would be kind of... Yeah, as you can see, it's the brown itself is like... I don't know. Let's see how this stamps. Correct. In the correct orientation. Yeah, this ink is a weird texture. It's definitely bleeding. Anyway, let's try this again. Or if this didn't bleed through, we can just do it on the other side. It didn't bleed through. So let's do this on the other side, not with this ink, though. But I've been having trouble ever since I re-inked the Sandcastle. So I don't know if the formula, like if the pad's going bad or if the formulation is just bad. But it's doing this thing where it's beating up on the surface of the stamps, and then it's not really stamping very cleanly, which is somewhat annoying. So let's wipe this off. We can do it with ginger, which will be fine. Because I don't think it's I don't think it's the stamp and the Catherine Pooler formulation. Because this ginger is the same ink formulation, I think, and it sticks okay. It's like there's just too much water in the ink or something. I may just let it dry out or something of that nature. I don't know. If you have thoughts, leave them in the comments below, because I've never had this particular issue happen before. I mean, unless that thought is use one of the other 37 brown inks you have. Because, I mean, that's a little too far over. Let's put this where it says stamp wheel and see how that lays out. That is a little too far this way. Line it up with the T. See how that looks. Yeah. I guess halfway in between those two, like here, maybe? Just a hair towards the hair over this way, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. But like, same paper and stamp, but I kind of like how that sort of like burned out a little bit. We can also... So it's not the ink formulation, certainly. Oh, I like that. I'm going to give that a little more, though. So I don't think it's the ink formulation, because these use the same ink formulation. But I do think something's a little screwy. Oh, whoops. I made sure your Snoopy slipper. You have Snoopy slippers? I'm kind of jealous. Snoopy slippers sound cool. I have Snoopy pajamas, but not Snoopy footwear. Okay, there we go. But the what's wrong with the Sandcastle ink is a mystery. Although the solution to the mystery is probably just to buy a new pad, because I've used this one and it's one of the pads that's actually falling apart, I believe. Yeah, like you can see how the foam, well, maybe you can't. There we go. The foam itself is kind of falling apart. So buying a new one of these wouldn't be the end of the world. It's just kind of unexpected. Now let's grab our guy and just sort of sit him on top here. Sort of have him sitting on top of the sentiment. I think that's kind of a neat idea. And then pick him up with the stamp wheel and... Oh, let me get the tape off of where it is. Let's just put it down at the bottom just to keep this card closed, I can just, I'll just resituate the super glue guy. There we go. Except it would help if I put it in the right direction. I think I had this backwards before. There we go. And I think there's a stamp for... Do you have a stamp for his eyes? We have a belt we can use. We have ties. I don't know. Oh, I guess it's there. Anyway, let's ink this up. I may need to re-ink my Memento soon. There we go. Although Memento does have a really nice smell to it. And this way we'll be able to color this, hopefully. There we go. That's pretty okay. Let me just hit his mask again, because that looks a little weird. Often with Memento, I've found on things that are very black, it has a tendency to require a couple stampings. And this is a new stamp, so that doesn't help. We can, of course, there we go. And we can give him a little tie. So let's do that while we're here. American Eagle. Well, they have nice pajamas just generally. They had some cool Grinch pajamas I got last year, I think. So believe this is the tie. This appears wider than him. I think it goes like this, but we'll see. Oops. Although some of these little stamps are a little tricky to line up. But we can always cheat and use a white gel pen if we need to. There we go. Oh, that worked out fine. Hooray. So I think we have our guy, and now we just need to do a little bit of coloring. Bring a little pink into this. And get rid of our tape without wrecking our cardstock, and that worked nicely. Now, this might bleed through. This is a relatively thick paper, but we'll see. I don't think the people I'm sending this to would care. But if somebody did, the way around it is to not stamp and color directly on the same thing, because alcohol ink is going to bleed through. But I'm just going to do a little bit with a pink, so let's do that. And I don't think it'll be a huge deal, but I don't know. We shall see very quickly. But I just want a little bit of color on this. And it's bleeding through a little bit, but it's fine. That's a little more coral, though I don't hate it. I think that'll work well. We have our nice little pink super glue guy, and what I would really like is grab like a warm gray for the other parts of him, or at least the stripedy parts, just to kind of mute down the white a little bit. There we go. So this is a warm gray 01, so it's going to be kind of subtle, but I think it gives some nice definition. And then we'll leave the rest of the glue stick white, which I believe is canonically the color it's supposed to be. If we wanted to, like, I do like the pink, white, and brown thing we've got going on, but if you wanted to, you could certainly bring in a little bit of blue or something to give this more of a sky look. Yeah, well, I mean, I think their capes aren't. I think they're red and blue. I don't think they're pink, but I thought it would be fun. And this is probably going to the craft roulette people. So, also the backside of this, we just want, as much as I like the ornaments. How do we feel about candy? Do we like candy stripe better than the ornaments? It's a simple, like, I think this makes it a simpler composition. I don't know. Do we have thoughts? I kind of like both. I kind of like this better, actually. This I really like. Although I do like I like the ornaments as ornaments too. The ornaments as ornaments, I think, make this feel more Christmassy, though. So let's leave it more Christmassy, but I think either side would work. Like this, just with like candy stripe, would be pretty cool too. So let's see. Oh, we're going to be very much on time today, which is always a little odd this time of the year. I feel like I'm always not on time during the holidays because plans change very quickly. Anyway, since this is a really thin paper, it's going to be kind of a pain to work with. But so I'm going to endeavor to get this right the first time. I don't think we can like normal paper you could rip up. This I don't think we're going to be able to. This I think it's a little to the right. Oh, Lennox is here. Lennox says hello. So I think I'm just going to trim that because I don't really need this to be like I don't need extra space on the card base. Kitty toes have entered the program. So I'm just gonna do that, and now it's even. So that's always an option if you put your panel on crooked. If it's just, sir, could you not be in the light? That would be great. If it's just the, oh, goodness gracious. Working with talent is so difficult. Don't sit on my super glue guy. Sit anywhere else. Yeah. You can sit anywhere you want except on the stuff I need. Yes. Hi, we miss you. But anyway, now we can talk about this while the cat is taking over the desk. Yes, he's looking at this as well. Anyway, so I just trimmed off the side, and this will be fine because we're just going to center this guy on here anyway, so it doesn't really matter what size this is. Using a flat card and the smaller one is also a good technique if you're trying to save on. Oh wow! Now no one can see anything. Can you please just be a little chunky over there? I know it's hard to share your desk. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. If you do wind up with a card design that tends to be a little heavy for normal postage, doing this sort of flat card with sort of smaller inset card thing is a good way to get around that. Or you can just pay more postage. I mean, both are options. So I'm just going to make this line up at the top. And that's pretty even. And no one needs to see the boo-boo unless you watch our live stream of the fact that we stamped this wrong. And the bleeding through on this side is really minimal because of because we're using such light colors and did a pretty light color on this. The other thing you can do is you can come back in with the same color and like hit the edge a little bit more if you want a little more dimension. But I kind of like this. And I really like how this season's greetings is a little, there's some texture to it, which I like. So it may be that, which is likely because the stamp isn't broken in, but I like that look when we have sort of a little beating up. But, and then you could do whatever you want on the back. We could actually put our monogram on the back. That might be fun. I have a Band-Aid that is making my typing worse than normal. Oh, well, you had a sparkly Band-Aid last night. But anyway, that is our card for today. I think Delise will be live in slightly less than 15 minutes. I will be watching that. And usually Elizabeth does Pattern Paper Monday after that. I know she was dealing with some illness, so I don't know if she is feeling better or not. But in any event, I think I will leave you there. I don't know that I have plans to stream this week before Sunday, but we might do some little pop-up something. We could. Or we could all just like send Delise dinosaur bandages or something. Or like look for fancy bandages at Target or whatnot. Either way. I probably would hit this with a bone folder, except I think the cat's on it. So we'll just use our Copic cap as a bone folder. Not that that's recommended, but now it will lay flatter. But a good use, like wrapping paper can be used very nicely as sort of a reclaimed pattern paper layer. Because once it's on the card, no one will notice that it's very, very thin. Wrapping paper, I don't know if it's coming through on camera. Yeah, you can see it. So wrapping paper tends to be more reflective than... Like here's some pattern cardstock. This is Crafty Stamp Co. I guess they both look kind of reflective. But they're both kind of semi-gloss. So if you really want something super matte, you can keep that in mind as well as for other options. But anyway, I should redirect over to Delise. You should have some time to grab a snacky or a beverage or whatever you would like. And I will talk to you guys later. And if I don't see you on my channel, I'll probably see you in somebody else's live streams because it is a very live streamy time of the year before we're back to the 1st. Anyway, talk to you guys later.